There are many graphs in this book. This chapter talks about evidence for claims that ecologists make, and that evidence is often data, results from experiments. Graphs are often used to display data in a way that makes trends easier to see than, for example, a table. Simple graphs have two axes. There is the vertical one called the y-axis, and then the horizontal one called the x-axis. Values on the x-axis correspond to the independent variable. And what that means is that factors we are investigating and that we suspect have an impact on something else are depicted here on the x-axis. So these factors that we think can make a difference could be different treatments, different age groups, females versus males, or just different times. The y-axis corresponds to the dependent variable, and that looks at the factors that are supposed or suspected to change because of the different treatments or age groups or such. So let's look at an example from the book. This is figure 1.6, and it investigates how nutrient levels in a field affect how many different species can coexist on that field. To cut down on the complexity, they look at just one nutrient that all plants need, which is nitrogen. So here you have the different treatments, meaning how much nitrogen was added per year to a given area here, a hectare. And then here we are interested in seeing how these different amounts of nitrogen affect how many different species can grow. And species richness is just a term for the number of different species. And you can see that when there is little nitrogen, the species diversity is very high, and that it goes down pretty regularly to where you have a lot of nitrogen. Just about 4 different species are left. So now it's very interesting to ask a question, why that is. But that's the next step. First, we have to visualize the data and see, oh yeah, man, that really is true. The more nitrogen you have, the lower species richness, the less you have, the more. That sounds contradictory, and maybe you get curious why that is.